Hello, class. This is Sandhya, and for discussion 5, Rachel has 3 questions for us to discuss. And the first one said, what is the most valuable data for a sports organization to collect and develop? After reading chapter 6 and 8, I think the most valuable data to set up a sports organization as an entrepreneur or to develop an existing sports organization, I think we the most valuable data would be collection of the history of other sports organization, or I would say competitors in the geographical area. So collection of that data would help us understand and analyze our competitions in the geographical area and also their growth progress. When I say history about the sports organization and our competitors, I would, in case like if this is a coaching business, then I would collect the coaching programs that happen in and around the existing geographical area and collect the fee structures and what sports are being coached, and so accordingly we can plan our we can like put together our business plan and then go forward from there. If like we are building a new facility, then I would probably collect the ticket pricing and again, what are the sports that are being held in a particular facility and how our facility can be different from them. I would probably look at that. And then if we are like looking at setting up a product like attires and products, sports products, such kind of an organization, then I would look at the basic needs and what are now. For example, if the locality has no tennis program at all, or there is no tennis courts in and around that geographical area, then there is no point selling tennis balls or tennis rackets. So we have to strategically plan what the product is based on our geographical location and what is available in and around our geographical location. So that is some data I would collect, and also I would also look at potential customers, like are we targeting the right customers? Like there is no point like for example, cricket is not so popular in the United States, and if I would set up a huge, massive cricket field and expect to earn massive revenue out of it, then that would not be a ideal plan to have. So such kind of things we have to look at what potential interests do the customers in that geographical area are, and do we have the target customers right there, and I would also collect some data on that background. Also, the last thing I would try and collect before I make a move about my sports organization would be the taxes that are being paid. So that will help me plan my budgeting accordingly. And also, if that particular geographical location has a development phase in the near future. So I'm looking at example, since if I'm setting up a huge sports facility outside outskirts of the city, I have to look at 5 years down the lane, 6 years down the lane, how would that locality develop over a period of time for us to have more footfall or more people traffic to come in, and our revenue to be generated, etc. So yeah, those are the valuable data I think I would collect before setting up a sports organization or like improvising an existing sports organization. My first thing would be collection of data of other competitors in and around my geographical area of business. So the next question Rachel asked was, how would I obtain this data? So probably I would look at the media coverage and the past past informations and news and all of that from either social media or print media or blogs or their official websites. I would collect their financial statuses. I would very specifically collect the progress report over the period of years of my competitors in that particular location. So that would help me decide how they've been investing and how we could invest in an order to be good competition, and also like give better services and things like that. I would probably have a couple of interviews. I would go through past interviews of the board of directors and what they feel about them and how they've grown over a period of time. I would also collect their marketing material, and I would see their pricing and who their sponsors are. I would focus on who their sponsors are, because if that is the main source of revenue, then I'll have to strategically plan my sponsors, because they have this. If the sponsors are also competitors, then there is a good chance of better investment in my company when I compare it to my competitor company. So yeah, I would focus on what their main source of income is, and how what is their main source of expenses, and then based on that I would make sure I solidify a good budget for my organization. So yeah, that's about data obtaining. And the survey questions that I would prepare in the data obtaining procedure, that's the third question Rachel has for us. And I would collect data about the number of years of operation of that particular company in like who that particular competitor company. So the number of years of operation and the consistency in the growth over a period of their existence, like how have they been growing and what have they been progressing on, what is their main interest. And I would understand all of that data. That will definitely help me prepare my organization, not just prepare but also be a good competitor and be different, and like be able to facilitate what the customers really want. And that's how I would plan around it. And my sources of finances, like I said, of course sponsors, I would choose my sponsors or approach my sponsors very strategically. Like my sponsor should be the competitor sponsors of another sports organization, so that way along with me they also have the drive and the passion to improvise the company and take it forward to the next level. And I would also one of my main survey questions would be, what is their target market? Like if they're merchandise, if I'm doing a merchandise business and then my competitor is targeting a particular age group in there in the merchandise business, then I would make sure that I'm targeting that particular age group and also the age group around it. So that way I'm not like solely dependent on one particular age group. So in terms of facility, if they are into basketball and volleyball, I would focus on gymnastics or some other sport, but at the same time make sure there's enough footfall and there's enough customers or clients or participants or spectators walking into my facility. So things like that, just putting the whole thing together, I strongly feel that collection of our competitors data would help us plan and progress our own company and our own sports organization. So that's what I have in mind for this particular discussion. I look forward to hearing from all of you and see what you've got.